الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. As we said earlier, the zakat cannot be given to wife, children, and parents, except in extreme difficulty. Parents can be given money from the zakat, as the verdict of Imam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah says. However, relatives should be given preference in zakat. Your real brother, your real sister, your uncles, your aunts, and other close relatives, your nephews, your nieces, they should be given preference if they qualify, and if they are not giving zakah, and if they have wealth less than the nisab, and which is 87.48 grams of gold, or equivalent wealth for a period of 1 year, if they are holding constantly. In that case, the relatives should not be given. Otherwise, they should be given preference. And as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ibda biman ta'ul." The charity begins at home. And al-aqrabu fal-aqrab. The rule is the more close relatives should be given more preference. And then the far and the far and the farthest. So we said in the hadith of, we said, quoting the hadith of Sahih Bukhari, that Zainab radiallahu anha, the wife of the famous companion Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu an, was paying her zakat to her husband, and he was spending on the family. Wife can give zakat to her husband. So in one of the traditions reported in Bukhari 1466, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Zainab, "Walaha ajran," and she will have a double reward. Ajrul qaraba wa ajrul sadaqa. The reward of relationship and the reward of charity. So to acquire this double reward, a Muslim should give preference to his relatives, especially his real brother and his real sister and his real uncles and aunts. And you do not have to mention them that this is the money of zakat. You can give the zakat without mentioning that it is zakah, as a gift. Similarly, the zakah money can be given to charitable organizations, and charitable organizations can invest that money provided the entire money is spent according to the instructions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, given in ayah number 60 of Surah At-Tawbah, those 8 heads of expenditure of zakah. And from this money, no rich man should be given any facility. So, whereas some of the scholars disagree with this opinion, they say that you have to make them owner You know, إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين والعاملين عليها والمؤلفة قلوبهم. They say this lamb of fuqara, lil fuqara, is for ownership, and they should possess this money. Otherwise, your zakat will not be valid. But most of the scholars disagreed with this, and they say this lamb of fuqara, lil fuqara, is not lamb of tamliq. This is the lamb of intifa. So it means innama sadaqatu lil fuqara does not mean the charity is only for the poor and for the ownership of the poor, but it could be translated as the charity of zakat is for the benefit of fuqara and masakin and amila alayha wal mu'allafati qulubuhum. So once you give the money to the charitable organization, your responsibility is over. Whereas other scholars believe, no, your responsibility is not over until you place the money in their hands and you make them the owner. But this opinion is very, very shallow. So we are of the opinion that those scholars have a better argument who say that this lamb is not lamb of tamliq, but this is a lamb of intifa, and this is the lamb of benefit. So we can give money to the charitable organization and our zakat is paid, and our responsibility is over. Now, the charitable organization can invest the money in buildings and property, and that money can be spent in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now your money will give benefit every year. The rent from this real estate investment, the income from this real estate investment may benefit the poor and needy on a regular basis. If you pay zakah to a person individually, you get the reward only for that particular year. But if it is invested, the reward will be for every year, as long as that institution is collecting and distributing not only the capital money, but the profit of the capital money. Allahu a'lamu bis-sawab. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.